action. Hello everyone, TurtleLags here, bringing you another AFK journey video. Today I am dedicating this video to the PvP aspect of this game called Arena. Arena is a really fun way to put your team to the test against other players. I know that this is a feature that a lot of free-to-play players may feel anxious about because they're like, oh, I don't want to go up against the spenders, this is pay to win. But it's not necessarily the case, as I will explain momentarily. But first, let's talk about why you would do PvP, why would you do Arena, what rewards are there to get. I think that's what people care the most about. So there's different ways that different rewards you can get. Hey Blargy, welcome, you're on YouTube. Good morning. We're filming a PvP video today. Yes, so going over the rewards, you'll notice that there's 5 chances to you have 5 chances to go against 5 different people. Good morning, Joitson. Good morning, Hype. Yes. And yeah, with these 5 attempts, every time you win, or actually even just participating, you do get X amount of these, over here, Arena coins, which if you go to the shop, we can actually back out a moment. If you back out to the shop here, you go to the mystical house, you go to the Emporium, and you'll see here there's something called an Arena store. Now, Arena coins are what you accumulate after participating in PvP, and depending on the tier that you're in every week, you get X amount of Arena coins as a reward. These Arena coins, you can exchange 9,600 of them for any one of these 10 S tier units. It is my opinion that the best characters to pull or to pick from here would be either Haywin or Rowan or Cecia. And if for whatever reason you are running a Graveborn team and want like a 6th man, Igor is an excellent choice. So those are what I would recommend here. I mean, Cassidy is not bad either, but she mainly shines in a light bearer or a like an Aaron crowd controlled team. But even then, there's better teammates than Cassidy, so she's not as high of a priority. Of course, if you don't have a dedicated tank like Thorin, Granny will be an excellent substitute. She is probably one of the tankiest of tanks, so she's an excellent addition to your roster. And then Atalanta is very niche. I did lose one PvP match to a team that ran her, but until I test her, I cannot really vouch for her or say that she's bad. Brutus is a decent unit if you want a warrior to kind of help you with your front line. Lumont is another tank unit if you're looking for that. And then Brian, his kit, I probably will go more in depth down the road once I get him to Supreme Plus. He's not a top priority for the Wilder class, but he is an interesting character who, you can look at his kit and see if he brings something to the table that your team needs. So anyways, I digress. Let's go back to the arena here. And let's go over what's going on in the interface. Here with the victory rewards, it incentivizes you to accumulate 25 victories. Whether you win or lose, you want to win, of course, but even if you lose, it doesn't break the streak or anything. You just keep battling until you get the 25 wins, or the 20 wins, I'm sorry. And then you'll notice here for the rewards, so the way the rankings work is that when you start the arena, you'll be all the way down to novice 1. And you notice here that for the daily rewards, every time you clear a match, you will get this many arena coins, 70, and then you also do get some gold as well. But it is in your best interest to push up as high as possible, and so the higher rank you go, as you see, it jumped all the way up to 240 or 140 arena coins per win. If you go here, it becomes 210 per win, and 280. So the higher ranked you are, the more arena coins you get per match, and the faster you can acquire one of those S tier orbs. Now, there's also something called weekly rewards, which basically at the end of each week, it'll reward you depending on your ranking. So it's always good to push higher if you can. But generally speaking, if you're having difficulty pushing higher, chances are people around your power level will also be. And for this reason, it kind of balances out, because the way the matchmaking works, which we'll show momentarily, is that you'll be paired up against someone higher ranked than you, someone about the same rank as you, and one slightly below your rank. And there's X amount of refreshes if you feel like none of these opponents are a good matchup for you. And they do have some very nice first time rewards. These temporal essences are needed to really boost up the EX weapon as well as your skills. Everybody's telling me that temporal essences are a bottleneck, so it is in your best interest to push up even for just the first time rewards. Now let's go over the point system. How do you rank up and how do you rank down? Well, if I go into my history, you kind of take a look here at the number of defeats. So the thing about PvP is that yes, you are proactively attacking enemies, but at the same time, you are also being attacked by enemies. So as you can see here, I am in the higher ranks, and I did lose 3 defenses. Actually, I did lose a defense while I was sleeping. So, it's very important that you put some time into creating a good formation for each team. Yeah, PvP is for pay-to-win people. Yeah, I would say that certainly people who are pay-to-win have an edge. Like, they get more prizes, and also they can farm the people within their tier that are significantly less power than them. Let's talk about formations next. That's on the lower icon right next to the green challenge button. I'll go ahead and click formation. So you'll probably notice here that I have the ability to place characters, and there's also a map, 5 arena maps. So basically what you want to do is you want to create, well, if you want, you can go ahead. Oh, my placement is terrible. Basically, it's actually, maybe that's why I lost. That was a horrible formation. So you want to basically create a formation. So you notice how I just saved a formation. So if I was to go back, it should still be like that. So this is what your opponent sees when they click on your character to try to defeat you. Now, if you win a defense, you gain points, and if you lose a defense, you lose points. So it's in your best interest to save your points by having the best team formation possible for each possible stage. And as you can see, there's many stages. Okay, this one looks a little bit better. This one looks awful. I don't know why it's like that. Yeah, this is probably contributing to my losses here. But there is a cooldown to saving formations. I think it's like a 1-minute cooldown, so we'll wait for it to do its thing. And you'll probably notice something called on the right here that I'm clicking on. It's your power. Basically, it tallies based on different variables, like your character resonance level, their EX weapon level, their hero focus level. It'll tally all of those things up and quantify it into a number. And so later on when we do the matchmaking, you'll notice that there's a way to kind of quickly gauge what your power level is compared to your opponent by comparing your number. If your number is higher than the opponent, by a good amount, like 50k or 100k, probably they are a good match for you to take an easy victory and rank up. Yes, so let's go ahead and save that. Okay, defense saved. So just double checking my, yeah, this is awful. Let's see here. I can't believe I allowed this to happen. Okay. That's pretty good. Okay, so let's wait for the cooldown. What else can I talk about? So, you know, everything from your team positions to the spells you use, you want to basically bring a team to each formation that you feel has the best chance to gain a defense, because we only have X amount of attacks that we can do per day, but if you can eke out a couple extra points by winning a defense, that's going to be huge. Okay, 8 more seconds. I think I just have one more map to double check, and then we'll get to doing some showcases. Yeah. Oh, and I should also mention that in the past, I used to just not farm, like fight anyone who had a good power level matchup with me, like my power was a lot stronger than them, or maybe they ran a team that I felt was like I could handle that. And sometimes I would encounter my guildmates, but the problem is that when you attack anyone and you win, you gain points and they lose points. And even though defenses you only lose like anywhere between 19 to say like 32 points, depending on the mismatch. Good morning, Inkia. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good morning. Yes, you're on YouTube right now. Is big fish, small fish? That's normal, ain't it? Yeah, it sure is. It sure is, guys. That is just the nature of PvP. Alright, one more formation. I do find myself losing a lot more because remember, guilds are competing against each other. So some guilds, they really want to, you know, bring glory to their guild and make the other guild suffer. So, yeah, so you want to do your best. You know, you want to see a lot of your guildmates up there, so don't attack your guildmates. I would advise against that. I think that only applied to the top servers, 1 to 30. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Maybe that's true. Maybe that's true. Yeah. The bottom, we are dominated by 1 or 2 guild max. Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, I think I forget what my rank is. I probably ranked down that now that I've suffered 1 or 2 extra losses since my last attack. Okay, that's set. Alright, so now that oh, and here's how you check your rankings. Yeah, so I'm 14. Yeah, so as you can see here, you know, you can see who you're matching up against and that sort of thing. So I got 2 other people up here with me. And Shadows is the team that has the most whales from what I understand. So got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 to our 3. I guess that's not too bad. Okay, so and here, yeah, that was just to fast track to that store. I should have clicked that button. Now we'll go ahead and challenge. Okay, so as you can see here, we have 3 different choices. So what you can do, you only choose one of them. As I mentioned before, usually the leftmost side, they have a lower ranking, which means that generally speaking, they're easier to defeat, but the amount of points you get is less. So if you're able to handle the top person, then you know that is the quickest way to go up. And as you can see here, you see their roster and their spells, so you can kind of look at each one, see which one you feel comfortable going up against. And in my case, of course, this one would be the easiest to beat. And because I'm farming wins right now, so I think that might be the best choice. And mind you, there are 7 refreshes that you can do. Now, my power level is 531k, so I am a bit like my characters are resonance 140, and so for this reason I could probably handle this team. I could probably even handle this one, but I don't really like going against people who have the locking down spell, the purple one right here. And so for this reason I'm going to intentionally select this. Now, what do all the colors mean? So if they have a purple frame around it, then they are what's it called? Supreme Plus, meaning they got all the maximum number of copies to get their kit maxed out. I know there's something called Paragon, but let's just ignore that for now. And then their Rainer is probably like Mythic Plus. Yeah, and the stars above their head, that represents how invested they are in their EX weapons. So if they have 2 stars, then their EX weapon's probably like level 5. And 1 star is level 1, that sort of thing. So I think we can probably handle this. This team doesn't have very strong heals, and yeah, a healing spell. Generally speaking, in PvP, I would recommend either a this spell. Okay, I forget the name of the spells. It's early in the morning, but I wish they do an end season March Madness style PvP. That would be pretty cool. Can't wait to see the top 30 server merge. Oh my god, I hope not. The bottom we are dominating, yeah, with all the server top number 1. Oh god, I would run away. We will run away together to a different server. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so anyways, enough yapping. Let's go ahead and do this. Remember, if you lose, you lose points. It's like losing is it when you're at high ranks like I am is almost equivalent to losing one whole. You basically wasted a whole win, so you want to make sure that you're making the most of your matchups. Hey Spider, doing great. How are you? Welcome to the chat. And by the way, YouTube, I do live stream most days on twitch.tv/turtlelags. So if you want to catch me live filming these guides, or just watch me clear content like AFK stages, or the Dream Realm boss, or if you have questions for me or want to give advice, you can stop by the Twitch channel. We have a very active chat. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. You'll enjoy that. All right, so I think what I'm going to do now, we do have some Rainer shenanigans here, and I forgot how annoying a Vala/Rainer comp is. But you want to bring the strongest team you can possibly, bring in terms of team building. I do recommend having 1 tank, 1 solid healer, and 1 support and 2 DPS. So in my case, I have Thorin as a tank. I have, here's Thorin as my tank, and then here's Haywin as my healer. We have a support, with Aaron. He's going to shred magic defense by 55%, which will allow my 2 mages, Carolina, as well as Arden, to finish everyone off with magic AoE damage. And both my Arden and my Carolina have crowd control. Now the dark cloud over my head is what Vala is targeting. Vala's this one, right? Yeah, Vala's right over here. Yep, and it looks like she's going to bring Cessia to my back row to try to disrupt my team. So in a situation like this, what I may need to do, actually this could be a little tricky. Normally I would bring a different lineup, but because my power level is much higher, I think I should stand a chance. So let's go ahead and start the battle. Okay, so vortex them together, get AoE damage, If you're ever wondering what team that you should create that is very competitive, you can check out my videos. I'm basically filming a guide for every character that I get to Supreme Plus, and there I talk about the character's kit, their team formation, and do some showcases. That way you see how it interacts with difficult content like AFK stages and the Dream Realm. So here you see that I gained some books, I gained some gold. So I guess that was a bit of misinformation there. So it's not you get arena coins per win, it's you get the arena coins based on your ranking by the end of the day. As you can see here, just by participating, you do get some books, you do get some coins in order to level up your characters even more, which is awesome. All right, so let's go ahead, and you can kind of see my stats here. So that's kind of a trick you can do, and this is something I'm trying to get into the habit of doing. Always check your stats at the very end to see where you can improve in terms of damage. As you can see here, you know, I see that Carolina is doing most of the damage, and Arden and Aaron are also contributing some damage as well. Okay. Yeah, and the cool thing is that every opponent that you face, if say you lose a match, you can go, and I can show you here, you can go to the scroll. Yeah, and as you see, I got a victory, I gained 33 points. So as you can see here, generally a defeat loses you only like 25 points, a win gains you like 33 points, and from lower ranks, actually, it's the differential is higher. You don't lose as many points if you're in the lower rankings. Well, actually, I digress. I guess it depends on the match. Yeah, true. Okay. All right, so let's keep pushing here. Okay, so I think I would like to just face that guy because he has half the power that I do. Okay, so let's just go with this one. And there's no shame to going against someone who is less power than you, because at the end of the day, you want to secure that win. Okay, so let's do that. We'll do that. And I would like to preserve the health of my mages if possible. Okay, Carolina is a bulkier mage, so we'll go ahead and do that. Alright, let's start the match. And so, you know, these matches can be really tricky and kind of determine your team composition. 4 out of 5 of the stages have walls in them, and so that's why I tend to favor mages, because they're longer range and they don't have to run around walls to get to their target. Did you just condense what Lilith game is all about, bullying? It's funny. Yeah, Aegis, good day. We are doing Arena, our PvP, and we are actually filming a video right now. It's a PvP video. Oh, okay, so we are now facing much stronger teams, so this is very interesting here. There is merit to refreshing, but there is also merit to taking on one of these guys in order to lower their rank, the ones who are closer to your rank. Now, Azrin, he's my guildmate, so I'm not going to attack him. I want to preserve his points. Because Joe, don't take it serious, little spies. Yeah, Monka. Yep. We have a pretty fun chat, guys. Alright, so I'm going to face against this person. I think it should be relatively safe. This is actually a much better built team, which makes sense. You know, they are higher ranked, and they're more likely to know what the optimal strat is. And let's go ahead and challenge ourselves. You know, whether you win or lose, there's always something you can learn from this. So I think this is pretty good. So let's go ahead and begin. And by the way, the team formation you do for you know, that we set earlier, it is also saved for when you go up against them, so you don't have to keep replacing your characters. Yeah, and I think we're doing pretty well overall. We lost our Aaron, but overall, all the key players are in. I wonder if I should level up Thorin, Smokey, or Odie's hero focus. Looks like I don't have enough to level up all three yet. So hero focus is useful for all the characters. I would say they're all important, but what you could do is just level up a little bit for each character. I mean, Odie gets really powerful when you have level 3 focus. And then, yeah, maybe prioritize. They're all really important. I guess, you know, do you want more damage? You would go Odie. If you want more heals, go with Smokey. More tankiness, go with Thorin. Although Smokey is an offensive healer, so maybe his hero focus improves like some offensive thing. You know, you can double check that. Okay, and then here's our stats once again. So Carolina contributed a lot more there. Okay. See, level 3 gives attack speed. That's going to increase basically all my dream stages. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. That's why I mentioned Odie first. I think Odie would be the best choice if you're pushing score. If you're not, yeah, I would go with that. You're right. I reroll for Odie. I put him on my elite wish list. If I'm lucky, I can get him to Mythic within the week. I did that too, actually. And that is actually a good tip. You know, a lot of people don't know that they can put Odie on the Epic enrollment. Yeah, you get 5 copies of him. Any A-star on there, if you pull them like, you know, an S rank, you get 5 copies instead of 1. As a free-to-play, everyone said I'm crazy. Yeah, it's kind of like Magic the Gathering where, like, you know, there's that one uncommon that is the game-breaking one. Like, I don't know, I can't think of an example right now, but yeah, some uncommons are more valuable than rares, you know, and it's the same concept here. This game is great because there's a lot of A rank units that are better than the S ranks, particularly in the Mauler class. The Mauler class, it's like the 4 of the A ranks are better than all of the S ranks besides Smokey. Yeah, so yeah, the most important thing is that you're able to push content, or yeah, so if you can do that, that would be great. Okay, these are all pretty high level, 448. Ooh, and very invested, so I don't want to face any of them, so let's refresh. Let's refresh again. Okay, here we go. Now we finally found someone who's within yeah, so this one, power level 318. Okay, and then, ooh, they brought the spice though, Scarlita. This will be my first time facing one. So this could be quite challenging. I can see why this person moved up in the ranks, but I'm curious how a matchup against Scarlita would go. So let's go ahead and give it a try. Alright, so let's... Ooh, and I didn't even have the right spell here. Okay, I'll need to change that. Oh, this is not even the right team. Okay. Let's see. Oh, actually, just occurred to me. Okay, there we go. You're not crazy, I do it too. I'm focusing on the hero I can farm, so far not for another as free to play. Exactly, JB. I mean, think about it. Odie and Coco are 2 A rank maulers that you need to run in order to get high score in Dream Realm. Yeah. And if not those 2, then Merrily, who's also an A rank. I have a Soulstone chest epic where I can choose Tamesia, Smokey, Thorin or Brian, and I guess the actual choice is Smokey or Thorin. You would be right in saying that Aegis. I have 0-2 for Mythic Plus for both of them. What do you think is better to get for Mythic Plus first? Probably... Ooh, that is tough. If I had to choose between the 2, I would choose Thorin. Yeah. Just because down the road, you know, as you face tougher content, if your tank is squishy, then your back row is going to wipe, regardless of how good your healer is. Yeah. And Thorin is the most future-proof of all the characters. Like, eventually you'll need Haywin and Smokey, or Haywin, Smokey, and Rowan, just because once you reach high-leveled enough, you will need a dedicated tank and dedicated healer to take on both sides. Yeah. Alright, so, and then one more character. Yep. Okay, so this will allow us to group them together. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin. Group them together. So I'm really curious how this is going to go. She's going to fly into the sky. Okay, we're taking a lot of damage. But that's why I brought Haywin, because Haywin provides a 30% damage mitigation for the entire party when she casts her ultimate. So that's why I brought this team. Okay, so that was pretty good. We'll keep moving onwards. Cool, thanks. Actually, because of that, Soulstone would only put me at 1 to 2 anyways. I suppose I can wait till I see if I get Thorin or Smokey Dew from somewhere else. Yes, actually that's even better. The chest doesn't expire, I presume, so that would actually make a lot of sense. Agreed. I had him in 70 pools reroll. Oh, nice. And can't push story with him in AFK stages. Got it. Brian's unusable. Yeah. Alright, so let's keep moving here. Okay, so let's check the power level. So these are 130 units. Just a word of advice for players who are trying to maximize their progression. Try not to have your characters like a 10 differential. Like this guy went 140, 140, 130, 130, 130. To unlock stages, you in the map and progress your main story to have access to better chests, better gear, etc., more mobs, treasure, etc. You really want to have your characters about evenly leveled. That way you're maximizing your resonance level. Now, every now and then you can deviate from that if you're trying to level up 3 times to, say, hit like a crucial benchmark, like I don't know, a level 41 or 51 or 61, where at the digits with the 1 at the end, you do gain an extra skill and that sort of thing. But otherwise, I would recommend having your party evenly leveled. I would actually tell this guy that I'm about to face to do that. I think he might progress a little faster that way. But anyways, I digress. Let's go ahead and select him. Free to play pushing under power, even power doesn't work. True, yeah. I've definitely lost against enemies who had greater power than me. So we're going to try to dodge the Rainer swap. Yep, I think we dodged it. Okay. And I think everything looks good. Igor might make this... Well, that's why we brought the confining spell. Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and start. Vortex them together. Yep. Okay. We're doing pretty well. Igor, by the way, is a very good PvP unit. You'll notice that there's a lot of teams with Vala, Rainer, and okay, let's just keep going. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. You do get 1 free refresh that costs 0 gems, so we can keep pushing. Ooh. Okay, this seems like a good team to face up against. Okay, let's try it. He might be capped by dust and have loads of experience tomes. True, Inkia. Kasesi is my alternative tank slash DPS. She is squishy at even power. Yeah, true. Okay, so lots of Valas. You kind of, I mean, the meta is kind of all over the place right now, even at the higher ranks. But at one point, it was pretty. I was seeing a lot of Valas. Vala with Rainier, or say like Vala with a dedicated tank. And Vala is always with Rowan, by the way, because they're both Lightbearer classes. So it does make sense. He has a 3 Lightbearer core with 2 Graveborn. I think that's a pretty solid team. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. And he's playing the Confining spell too. A lot of PvP players bring the Confining spell, which is the reason why I like to play ranged units like mages, which I'm running here, because even if I'm locked down on the tile, you know, it doesn't affect me that much. Yeah, so this is actually my favorite team to push. So if you're looking for PvP team ideas, you can try this one. I've tested it a lot and it works really well. Okay, so we ranked up to Legendary 3. So here it kind of highlights the rewards. I actually got rewards here. Oh, this is beautiful. 25 Temporal Essences. Yeah, so that'll really help with my progression. And then there's the daily rewards where I get 420 of the arena coins by the end of this day. And then at the end of this week, I do get more arena coins, and these hourglasses are like basically kind of like, you know, how you wait 2 hours for, you know, X amount of your AFK stage resource generation. That kind of is the equivalent of that. I'm surprised the so-called meta Aaron 3-man group is not a solid hold. Yeah, I think I'm like the only person who's actually running it. I haven't seen anyone playing a team like mine's, but I think it's because it took me a while to figure out how to play Aaron. It's not that intuitive. Okay, so we'll keep going. Okay, and I'm just curious what my ranking is at right now. Okay, we're rank 9. We're climbing up right now. Catching up. Yeah, my 2 teammates there. Yeah, very amazing. Challenge match qualification. Interesting. Yeah, so trying to catch up with my buddies there. We'll keep going. Oh, okay, so you get actually another attempt without spending any gems. Okay. And the gems to refresh, by the way, are very minimal. I mean, as a free-to-play, you don't have to, but in my case, I really want to push, so let's see here. I think this person is a good person. I think we faced them once before. If you were to ask me the best healer to bring in PvP, I would say it would be Haywin. The main reason being that when it comes to PvP, you know, the people are generally smarter than the AIs, so they'll bring teams that have like really good synergy that do like burst damage and that sort of thing. In PvP, the last thing you want is for them to hyper focus and burst down one of your 5 units, because a 4 versus 5 disadvantage is really terrible. So you want to make sure that all your teammates are nice and healthy. Now this team I'm running, my Aaron is moderately invested, so he's okay, but he's generally the first one to die, which is really bad. Yeah, so you want to try to bring units that are able to cover for each other quite well. I mean, you might even need to bring a Coco if you have to, in order to ensure that your main DPS, your healer, and your tank survive. Do you want to make an educated, if you're familiar with the AFK Arena, guess about what character we get on banner after Vala? I've only pulled 1 copy of her yet, and it's hard to avoid pulling when I have invite letters. Yeah, it's really Monka-esque. If you were to ask me, I would say the next character is likely going to... I mean, we saw from the trailer I saw, and from people I've talked to, we're most likely getting a Wilder DPS, which I think would be really cool. The Wilder class is really good right now, along with the Mauler class and the Graveborn class. I really would like to see better Lightbearer units down the road. Isn't it the one from the trailer? Exactly, yeah. It's most likely going to be the lady. Yeah, and you know, she has a sword. She's a sword wielding user, but she can also cast magic, so that could be kind of interesting. It may be the reason why they made Vala a limited character because she does attack both melee and ranged. Surely the next character will also be really good to make them try and drive sales. I believe so too. So I'm really excited for that because Wilder class is actually my favorite. Greatborn is like a close second, so that would actually help my team out. That releasing a power spike this early. Oh, you never know. I think we do need a power spike to shake up the meta. Alright, so let's keep going here. I'm not too worried. Alright, vortex them together. Yeah, and the walls actually help a little bit with keeping them contained. They can't really run away. But Aaron died. That can happen against stronger teams. Okay, doing good. Ooh, okay, so Legendary 3 might be the final class. So you're really fighting for top 5 spots at the present time. We have seen other games that spike on launch don't have a good ending. Free-to-play Rage is no joke, no good PvP game if there's no victim. Exactly. Okay, it won't be there anymore in the normal summons. Correct, Asd. I think Vala will disappear from the banner, at least for right now. Maybe they might do something like R99 where they introduce that limited character 3 patches down the road, but most gacha games don't actually do that. They just do the traditional reruns. Okay, so we'll keep pushing here. So 20, you know, that's just a fraction of a pull. So I think it's very, very worth to keep pushing for the coins and for the glory. So let's just keep going here. All right, that seems pretty good. And down the road, once I do a little more playtesting, I'll kind of feature a video with the top 5 teams that I believe can get you like a solid win in PvP. So stay tuned for that. I've already cooked up 2 teams, but I really want to make sure they're very synergistic with each other. How's your day been? It's been really good. It's been really good. I got really lucky. Well, there was a pack that came out that allowed me to have a discount for the stargazing, and I think with the number of stargazing summons, I had to guarantee 1.5 Rainers, but I ended up getting 3, which allowed me to get Supreme Plus last night. I was in the bathroom when I did it. It was yeah. It was like, oh, I wish I could have caught that on camera, but it's fine. It won't matter for free-to-plays because you need dead months to save pool resources. Exactly. Yeah, Supreme Plus. Yeah, I actually filmed a video last night before disconnecting and going straight to bed, so you can check that out. I actually show Rainer how you play him in the Dream Realm and how you play him in a standard arena stage. AFK stage. You sure that's not the new gacha holy ground? I know it's really interesting. Okay, so we got 2 more attempts. Let's just keep pushing here. Today might be the first day where I don't have a loss. Okay, so always check their level 140. Ooh, even a level 150. Let's refresh. Okay, so I feel sorry for this person. I keep fighting her. Okay, but that's what you got to do to push upwards. Losing is even worse than winning against someone who is significantly weaker than you. Yeah, so as you can see here, everyone will eventually drop down to about the same power level. So, you know, if you're free to play, you will face against free to play people. We've seen weirder places for Holy Ground from old Genshin videos. Yeah. Okay, so let's keep going. And actually, let me just check my point accumulation. So I do get less points the higher up I go, the greater our differential is. I am noticing that. Ooh, I think she's not going to like me afterwards. Okay, let's refresh. Oh gosh. Refresh again. Refresh again. Oh, I might need to face one of them. Refresh again. Oh, so I have to face against them. Yeah, it's not changing. I guess I ranked up quite a bit. Alright, I guess I can have my revenge. I lost to Herman before. Let's see if I can change things up a little bit. Let's see, so I do want to dodge that right there. Yep, okay, that seems pretty good. Hopefully this ends well. Find out. I think it should be, oh god. Oh yes, okay, yeah, we secured the win there. Yeah, now we freeze. Now we heal. We got the 30% damage reduction. This should be over soon. Yep. Alright. Cool. Okay, I can face those people too. That was pretty nice. And I did get a lot more points there because and the nice thing about winning against someone who is roughly your percentage is that it's kind of like in the NBA where if you win against your your super contender, right? Like you go up and they go down. So if you were trying to catch up, then it goes like that. So definitely winning against someone like him is very good. Okay, so I think we can do probably one more. Rank 7 now. Oh, poor Herman got dropped down. Jin K, CLS. Okay. Maybe I can bring down Herman a little bit more, help Azarin out. They got home court. I don't think PvP Arena gives you that. No, that's true, that's true. Oh, daily. Oh, okay, so that's as far as I can go. So hopefully my formation holds up and I win a little bit more. Hey Jin, good to see you. Good to see you. I'm kind of closing in on the top 5 right now. I did bring poor Herman down off and brought you up, or maybe you were up there to begin with. I don't know, but yeah. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the PvP video. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to drop a comment in the comment section below. As I mentioned before, I do live stream here on twitch.tv/turtlelag. So, if you have any questions to ask. Oh, thank you, Cardog, for the follow. Really appreciate you. And I will see you in the next video. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.